friends, welcome to the Gathering Garden. I am so excited to teach you today a really beautiful DIY, and if you are a bride who is looking to DIY your wedding flowers in particular, you're gonna love this. So if you could please like it and subscribe to the channel and save it so that when you're ready to do this for yourself, you'll know just where to find it. Okay, so I'm gonna show you today how to make your own boutonniere. I will say this, I love the floral industry, but if you are a budget bride, it is very expensive. When my husband and I were going to get married, I don't remember how much the flowers were, but it was into the thousands and thousands. And you can literally make these things for way cheaper. You just have to know how to do it. So I'm gonna show you how to do it today. And remember, if it is too difficult for you or you're just stumbled across this video and you don't necessarily want to DIY your wedding, but you want a more affordable type of wedding flower, we have them in stock in our store. But I'm just gonna show you how to do it. So if you are a DIYer, you can do it yourself. So let me show you how. So here's what we're gonna be making today. It's very pretty, very simple, rustic, countryside, I would say, inspired boutonnieres, and you can really do this with any style. Just substitute whatever flower. And I have to say, you can make these with fresh flowers too. I specialize in dried flowers because I think that they're durable and you don't have to worry about them, spoiling during the wedding, and you can have them in advance. But you could use this certainly with anything. This is actually an order that I'm working on now, a custom order for a customer. She chose to add in some things that we typically don't have in this style. She added some sage brush, which is smelling super beautiful. So the flowers that you'll need if you'd like to make this design are some avena, which is sort of like a grain, and then amobium, and then some tansy, and then some lavender. And this customer chose to add in some sagebrush. If you could add that in too, if that's something you like. So the first thing you're going to do is break off a little bit of tansy, and this is going to be your focal piece. This color is what she chose for the wedding, which is like a golden yellow. Leave yourself a good stem length, at least 3 inches, all the way up to 6 inches, just so you have enough to work with, because you're going to have to wrap it. And then you'll bring your second focal flower in, which in this case is amobium. It has sort of a matching and coordinating center, and so you could just tuck it in naturally to where the tansy falls. And this is something that you'll get better with as you practice. So then you're going to grab your avena and you're going to cut your stem, leaving an amount at the end to wrap. So this one piece can actually be broken into 3 pieces. So just come down and look inside and leave a little stem about the same length as you originally cut. And then one piece can actually turn into 3, and then you place that behind. It will be the longest part of your boutonniere, and that's what you put in the back as you layer things together. So just stuff that in behind the tansy, and you can see how the boutonniere is now coming together. Maybe it needs just one more piece. So you'll give that a snip the same length as you did the rest of the pieces, and keep tucking them in until it looks nice and full in the way you want it. It's going to be laying on a men's lapel, so you can kind of put your hand in the back to judge how it's going to look when it lays. Now just tuck in some lavender into the side. Usually 2 or 3 pieces will work. You can kind of just play along with it and see how it looks as you go. Now the final step would be, in this case, like I mentioned, the customer wanted some sagebrush, so you can take one piece and you can actually break it into 2, and then you'll put one on one side, just nestle it into the flowers, and then you'll take the other piece and you'll put it into the other side to sort of just make it look balanced. And there you go. And now you're going to wrap it all up. And there you go. It's kind of a tradition too with a boutonniere to I'm gonna grab some string, to have the same flowers that are in her bouquet also in the boutonniere. So I use some jute twine, and this is kind of the tricky part. While grasping it, you're just going to put your thumb over it, right? Okay, so you're gonna wrap your jute twine around, and you're just gonna keep going and crisscross in the front and make a layer going all the way down. This takes some coordination, but you'll get it. And you've got to pull it pretty tight because you don't want this coming apart on you. And then when you get to the final one, make sure you're right in the center of where you want to be. Bring it around one more time. And then you're going to give it a tie. So that can kind of be the tricky part. I like to make sure this knot is right in the middle. I'm exceptionally tedious. Don't want it to be off center. And basically because you want it to lay flat on the gentleman's suit. So that is right in the middle. There you go. And then you're gonna double tie it. Pull it super tight. And that's it. And then you give these pieces a little trim. I always cut myself extra so I'm not running out of string. And then you've got to trim all of this. And there you go. You've got it. Aren't they adorable? So simple. And if you have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comments. And if you'd like to purchase any of these dried flowers to make your own, you can visit us online on our Etsy shop, which is Gathering Garden, or you can go to our website, our direct website, which is thegatheringgarden.com. And I'd love to see your creations, so share them, and you can hashtag them on any social media site using The Gathering Garden or My Gathering Garden. Thanks so much for watching.